In this video, I'm going to be going through the 7 biggest chicken myths that we've all probably heard. And stay tuned till the end because the last 2 are actually pretty funny and it's probably really relatable because as a chicken owner, you probably get them from people who just don't own chickens and they just really don't have any idea. So without further ado, let's get into it. So number 1 is chickens can't lay eggs without roosters. Now I've lost count of the number of people that have asked me this question. My answer is to give them a lesson in human reproductive biology. A woman can ovulate without a man, but needs the man only if she wants a baby. It is basically the same for a hen. The chicken will ovulate once about every 25 hours. Thus, an egg will be laid slightly later every day until she misses a day. The rooster sperm has a long journey ahead of it since the egg will be fertilized before the shell is laid down. The hen can store sperm from the rooster for about 2 weeks in little pockets in the reproductive system. The eggs a hen lays without being fertilized are perfectly fine to eat, as are fertilized eggs. In some cultures, a delicacy called balat is eaten. This is an egg with a chick embryo formed inside the shell. Although I have seen balat, I personally would never eat it. Many folks will tell you a rooster is needed not only for the eggs, but also to keep order in the flock. This is not so. A dominant female hen will take the lead in a flock and underlings will follow her. Although they may not range quite as far without the protection of a rooster, they will still forage. The second myth is chickens lay eggs every day. While many prolific layers can lay eggs on a daily basis, don't expect to have an egg ready and waiting every single day, especially depending on the breed. Egg-laying talents vary from hen to hen and breed to breed. Some breeds were developed to lay eggs at an almost unnatural rate. Heritage breeds, on the other hand, may lay an egg every other day. All hens will slow down their egg-laying rates during the cold winter months due to the shorter days and chilly temps and as they age. Understand that productivity is also affected by things like health, illness, and molting seasonally. While your hens may continue to lay through the tough times, it may not be every day, but we're okay with giving them a pass, right? The third myth is brown eggs are more nutritious than white eggs. This is a myth that may have resulted from the idea that brown eggs are often procured from backyard chicken owners and not birds cramped in a commercial setting. However, some industrialized chicken farms also keep brown layers within their operations. There is no evidence indicating that a brown egg has more nutrition than a white egg, and I actually used to be one of these people that believed that growing up, just because my family never had chickens when I was a kid. The next myth is chickens are stupid. Far from it, actually. Of course, like people, there are some smarter than others, but in general, chickens are intelligent, thinking creatures. Research done over several years actually indicate that chickens are much more than just nuggets in waiting. They have a complex social structure called the pecking order. The phrase really doesn't convey the depth of the relationships between one chicken and the next, but each bird in the flock knows its place in relationship to every other bird of the same flock, and they compare themselves against each other. They have over 30 different sounds ranging from "I've laid an egg" to "danger, hide quickly." They are capable of recognizing up to 100 individuals, including humans, and retaining those memories for future use. They're also able to solve some fairly complex problems such as basic arithmetic and self-control. They can be creative and flexible, which can help them to solve new problems in novel ways. Even chicks have been shown to figure out how to navigate by using a very basic geometry. They are as smart as a toddler and can grasp some things that toddlers only figure out later in life. As an example, if you show a 3-year-old something and then hide it, the toddler will lose interest and forget about it. Not chickens. They understand that the thing still exists, although hidden from view. The more socially dominant birds are usually the ones who lead and teach the flock. An example would be the head rooster leading the flock to a new food source or fresh water. Chickens have also been shown to have empathy and can form interspecies bonds such as with their flock keeper. I'm not sure if grieving is the right word here, but when one of my dominant females died recently, almost every other chicken came and stood by her for a moment or two. The next myth that you'll hear is chickens are vegetarian, and that's an emphatic no, they are not. They are omnivorous. They eat just about anything they care to. I have watched in horrified fascination as my gentle girls dismember and eat frogs, mice, and baby snakes. Once the flock notices senses that someone has a tasty morsel, the chase is on, and it becomes a tug of war to get a piece of the food. In general, they eat mainly feed stuff, weeds, insects, seeds, leftovers, and of course the treats we give them. If you ever sat and watched your flock patrolling the yard, you will have seen them picking at the grass and weeds, scratching through the dirt to get some grit. Chasing butterflies is also a favorite pastime. The compost heap is a favorite restaurant for my girls. Bugs, worms, and leftovers are all fine chicken cuisine. They'll benefit by getting tasty little morsels, and I benefit from the girls turning the heap on a daily basis. As we know, most of their nutritional requirements come from the pellet or crumble feed that we give them, although hens that are allowed out to pasture have eggs that are phenomenally full of goodness. You can also release more nutrition to them by fermenting your feed, which I actually will make a video about here soon. Fermenting feed is actually great for your birds. It does, however, require a bit more time and organization. It also requires a clean and warm space in which to store it. So as you can see, not so much the vegetarian chick. The next one is roosters are mean. Well, I have to admit there is some truth in this, but it only applies to some roosters. As a chick, roosters are as adorable as the girls, but when they reach adolescence, hormones start to transform them, much as human teenagers. It's important to realize that he is not specifically targeting you. His little rooster brain is setting him up for domination over the hens. This role also entails protecting them from threats, possibly you, finding food and water for them, and populating the world with his offspring. Many roosters will try to flog you at least once. Flogging is when they fly at you and beat you with their wings. Usually the claws are not involved in this test of boundaries. The key to establishing roles is to not tolerate this from day one. Some people think it's cute and don't think it's a problem until it's too late. If a rooster is treated firmly, he will respect you and take care of his hens without seeing you as a threat. There are many ways of keeping a rooster in his place. It seems everyone has a favorite trick or two. Some roosters are very mellow and never have to be shown who's boss. Then there are others that no matter what you do, they are mean. Chickens are dirty and smelly. A chicken coop is as clean as the keeper maintains it. Yes, the poop can be a bit ripe at times, but if you clean the poop trays regularly, this is not a problem. And in the heat of the summer, poop attracts flies and other nasty bugs. In fact, we actually have to clean our chicken coop here soon. Here's why. Please try to remove poop at least every other day. An unsanitary coop can lead to what is called fly strike. This is where the fly will lay eggs on the mucky rear end of a bird. When the maggots hatch, they will eat all the filth, but then start on the healthy flesh of the hen. Also, in summer, the fumes from the poop's ammonia become more pungent and can affect the respiratory and eye health of your hens. All right, here are the two that I was talking about. Before I do that, thanks for listening. If you enjoy this content, please be sure to like the video and subscribe to the YouTube channel. Also, subscribe to our website, thehappychickencoop.com. If you subscribe using the link in the description, you'll receive a free ebook on the 10 best egg-laying chicken breeds. All right, what you've been waiting for. Shop-bought eggs are the same. Whoever said this plainly does not have a clue, nor do they probably have chickens. The visual difference between store-bought and freshly laid is easy to see. In general, a store egg yolk will be much paler than the beautiful golden yolk you get from your own hen. Also, store eggs spread over the pan when cracked. Why? It's because they are not fresh. A fresh egg, when cracked, will hold together well. Nutritionally, the pastured egg wins the prize for being the perfect food. There have been scientific studies that have investigated store-bought eggs versus pastured eggs. The pastured eggs ran off with the prize. They contain twice as much omega-3 fatty acids and vitamins A, 3 times the amount of vitamin E, 7 times beta-carotene, and 4 times the amount of vitamin D. They are also significantly lower in cholesterol and saturated fats. Chicken that are given flaxseed as an addition to diet will produce eggs that are omega-3 enriched. Generally speaking, the lower the cost of an egg, the lower the nutritional value will be, just because the hens are kept in poorer conditions. And on to the very last myth. Chickens carry disease. I've heard this several times. It's a fact that every living thing has its own unique flora of bacteria. Everyone that you see each day, talk with regularly, and work with, even you, are populated by unique blends of bacteria. This goes for animals too: dogs, cats, goldfish, and yes, of course, chickens. Our personal brand of bacteria does not cause us any trouble. We have a symbiotic relationship. The problem only starts to arise when a bacteria from one animal invades another. This is known as a zoonotic disease, meaning it can travel between species. It seems we read almost daily about people getting sick with salmonella, listeria, or E. coli. While it's true that you can get these diseases from backyard chickens, it's highly unlikely if you use good hygiene, such as hand washing. Recently, smaller, very limited outbreaks in several areas of the country have been traced to improper hygiene used in handling homestead chickens. If you butcher your own birds, it's essential that it be done cleanly and carefully. Otherwise, the possibility of salmonella or E. coli can become very real. As much as you may enjoy cuddling with your birds, please do not kiss them. You run a much higher risk of contracting a disease if you are putting your lips on the bird. It's also possible for the bird to catch something from you. And these are just a few of the urban legends. There's definitely more. If you found this video helpful, check out this one over here. That's going to do it for us here at the Happy Chicken Coop. Thanks for listening. If you found our content interesting, if you learned something new, please be sure to like the video and subscribe to the YouTube channel. And with that, I hope you have a great day, and we'll talk to you soon.